We need this. The youth and our areas need this.
Residents filled Brooklyn Park City Hall this week for a topic that continues to generate significant interest in the city. A plan to convert a city ice rink into basketball courts remains a hot topic. More than a dozen community members spoke on the issue at City Hall.
Every time we have practices and everything, we have to go to Maple Grove, we have to go to Crystal, we have to go to New Hope, we in Robbinsdale.
This plan is the most sensible plan. We have money, we should use it. It's the most progressive plan. It brings us into the future.
I just think that there are other options on the table that we should explore together.
Senator John Hoffman brought forward legislation last session that would dedicate $5 million for the ice rink conversion. But some residents wondered why the city would have to eliminate an ice sheet when they say those facilities are in high demand too. Brooklyn Park Mayor Hollis Winston says all options are being explored.
Once we get a handle on the various options, we'll bring it, it'll be brought before council, and there will also be time for engagement from the community. So that's where things stand.
Residents point out that Brooklyn Park has grown 30,000 residents in the past 30 years, and amenities for youth have not kept up. The city of Plymouth, meanwhile, is taking a look at expanding its ice center. Kevin Miller has more on plans for the project.
The 3 ice rinks at the Plymouth Ice Center don't get much downtime.
All 3 of them are programmed from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every single day of the week. It is a very busy facility. It sees over 800,000 people into it a year.
The Wayzata Youth Hockey Association spends a lot of time at the rinks. With more than 1,200 skaters, they sometimes find the facility a little too crowded.
Our association has continued to grow year over year, and we are fully maximizing the ice time that we have available to us. And as they grow in their level, the amount of time that they need increases.
With the high demand for ice time, Plymouth City staff and the Hockey Association partnered on a study of the Plymouth Ice Center. They found they could fit a 4th sheet of ice. In September, they got approval from Plymouth City Council to continue studying an expansion.
It's a long-term project. We're probably in the 5-year time horizon.
Estimated costs for the project are around $35 million.
We really are working to kind of put these puzzle pieces together, which is why it is a little bit more expensive that you would find in a traditional just addition of a single sheet of ice.
To build it, they'd have to raise the city's sales tax. But if things move forward, supporters say it could provide benefits beyond the boards of the ice rink.
The economic impact would be significant for our community because we would be able to host a lot more national events.
Not only have great hockey games and programming for our youth, but we're able to really bring a lot of people into the city to then partake in our restaurants and to really fully appreciate the incredible city that we have here.
In Plymouth, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
To levy a local sales tax, the city would need approval from the legislature. Plymouth voters would also have to approve it. The former site of Plymouth's Dundee Nursery has undergone a massive transformation. I had a chance to visit the new Twin Cities Orthopedics clinic in Plymouth, which aims to attract people of all ages.
We're excited to be here, to say the least.
At the corner of Highway 55 and Rockford Road is a building that's hard to miss. And for officials with Twin Cities Orthopedics, that's basically the point.
In our previous site, we were providing great service, but we weren't very visible to the community.
Lack of visibility in the old West Health building is part of the reason why TCO opened this 70,000 square foot campus in early September.
We've been envisioning ourselves in a larger footprint in Plymouth for years.
Chris Bailey is TCO's Chief Development Officer. He says they wanted a larger footprint, not just to be more visible, but to provide more services.
We can take care of all orthopedic care here, from the young to the old, spine, total joints, sports medicine, foot and ankle, hand, wrist. We can do it all here.
The building also has an orthopedic urgent care option for anyone in need of immediate help.
Yeah, you can come up, see us as an unassigned patient. We take all insurance types. We want to be accessible to the community.
Nice job, down, push.
It's also not a bad place to do rehab work, which is something that Marin Johnson and Sydney Schmidt of Delano High School discovered the hard way.
So I tore my ACL during high school season, my junior year. A girl came in and tackled me, and I screamed so loud. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
Longtime friends and high school teammates who both suffered injuries to the same knee and went to TCO for treatment.
They all care about you as a person, not only just as an athlete, but just as a person. They just care so much about you.
Sometimes that care requires some tough love.
And down, push!
Especially when it comes to work in the weight room.
Oh.
But the hard work pays off if it means being able to get back on the field.
Even though I was out for a year and it really sucked, I want to go into PT now and pursue a career in that, and I never would have found that if it weren't for my injury. Yes, Sid!
Early next year, TCO Plymouth will also have an orthopedic surgery center along with sleeping accommodations for people who need to recover on site. Below freezing temperatures this weekend remind us of the winter months ahead. Fortunately, we were able to capture the beauty of fall thanks to photojournalist Dustin Scholl.
Torna con me, ti porterò in un posto nuovo. Torna con me, riaccenderò il tuo fuoco. Tu non sai che il tuo...
The Benilde-St. Margaret's girls soccer team is into the semifinal round of the state tournament for the third straight year. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, we meet a Red Knight senior looking to lead this veteran team to a state title.
Kiya Gilliand says she started playing soccer at a young age and fell in love with the sport. Having two older siblings who played, sister Haley and brother Mason, definitely had an influence.
The game itself, I really had a love for, especially because speed is one of my important parts of my game, and in soccer I was really able to utilize that and use it. And it was also just I looked up to my older siblings and they were very into soccer, so I was I want to be and do that and be able to play like them.
For the second straight season, Kiya, who wears number 10, is the Red Knights' leading goal scorer. This season, she's often double-teamed in matches, so her assist totals are up as she finds open teammates.
She's super fun to play with. I get to do a lot of combination play with her. She's a forward and I'm a mid, so we do a bunch of give and goes with each other, so it's just super fun to see what we can do on the field together.
I've enjoyed being able to work with my midfields and getting other players involved. That's been really fun to just see what getting an outside in the game and stuff like that. It is a little frustrating sometimes when you have two girls just walking with you everywhere you go, but I'm continuing to try to beat the double teaming and even sometimes triple.
She has breakaway speed. She's a very skilled soccer player. She can beat players 1v1. And this year, she's been learning a lot of how to deal with attention, because a lot of teams are marking her, doubling up on her. And so her assists have gone up this year.
She's able to get the ball and turn a defender, and I don't know how she does it sometimes, but it's just super cool to watch.
Kiya is in her 5th year on varsity. That's pretty rare. She's one of 8 senior starters on the team, most multiple-year starters for the Red Knights. It's a close and really talented group of girls.
Being able to grow together in soccer and out soccer has been really important, our relationships on and off the field, and I think that partly has a part in our success because we all are very close and a very hardworking team.
Next season, Kiya will take her talents east, where she will study business and play soccer for the University of Wisconsin.
When I went on my visit at Wisconsin, I fell in love with the campus, and the team was very special and the coaches were very encouraging and just a very supportive atmosphere. And I kind of decided then and there this is where I want to spend the next 4 years in playing soccer.
The Red Knights' quarterfinal round win over Mankato East was the last outdoor match of the season. Tournament semifinals and championships are downtown, indoors at US Bank Stadium. Having been there before should help the Red Knights.
It's helpful to have experience because it is kind of overwhelming, especially as a young player, to US Bank Stadium. You're pretty much like your whole school is there watching. So like having the mental side under control is really helpful, and then it's also helpful that us seniors can like encourage the younger players and like tell them what they need to do to be able to like deal with that.
2 more wins will give BSM the program's 5th state championship and first since 2016. And what a way it would be for Kiya Gilliand and her senior teammates to go out.
I've been on the team since I was like pretty young, and I was always like, oh, the older seniors, like that seems like it'll never happen, and now I'm here as a senior. And so it's just a really special season, and you have this mentality of like, we're giving it all because we all won't be together next year. And so there's just like a special component of everyone working for each other and trying to win for each other.
Kiya has netted 21 goals and added 16 assists this season. The Red Knights face Winona in the state semifinals Tuesday at approximately 2:30 p.m. at US Bank Stadium. The winner advances to the Class 2A state championship game next Friday afternoon. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.